Aries Girl Podcast. Hello Zodiacs, I have a few more updates on members of the Love and Marriage Huntsville cast. Stormy again did her thing on TikTok. The Fletchers are doing some public events, or should I say, events in honor of Marsau Scott. And speaking of the Scotts, Marsau is saying a few things about his business neighbors in proximity to Black Cigar Lounge. And of course, Martell Holt is out here martelling lies about Melody Cherie once again. It just never ends with him. Let's start with Stormy Steele and her most recent TikTok live on Friday, September 27th of 2024. I'm not sure why her live didn't occur in Los Angeles, but Stormy did co-sign a humble brag that TikTok came to her. Look at this post she reposted on Instagram. The post says the following: "The flex isn't the numbers for Canvas Girl Beauty. The flex is the impact. TikTok came to the plug because of her impact on the TikTok community." A better flex would have been Stormy not reposting a post from someone referring to her as the plug. I can just imagine people who aren't in the know doing a Google search on what a plug is, and are now wondering if Stormy is some sort of street pharmacist. Jeez. Anyway, Stormy did execute the live at her warehouse in Huntsville, and Lance Fletcher built some of the background sets for her and the crew. And that crew included none other than the Destiny Payton, who should probably be doing her own TikTok live events to get her coins up for LeBaric. I imagine LeBaric's attorney channeling his inner Riley Freeman and doing the following after seeing Destiny on Stormy's $1 Million Live.
Pay what you owe. Sincerely yours.
All jokes aside, I'm really proud of Stormy for once again setting records on TikTok. Stormy did over 1 million in sales in less than 4 hours and achieved the highest amount in sales in a US TikTok live, which is commendable. However, I'm wondering how long this will continue. The more customers realize that they can get these same body glazes, body drops, etc. for as low as 1/10 of the price from Alibaba. That's right, look at the comparison on the Scent from Heaven body drop from Alibaba and Canvas Girl Beauty. Why is Stormy doing such an exorbitant markup? She's charging almost 10 times the amount it costs from Alibaba. Why would someone knowingly pay Stormy Steele $20 for one 4-ounce bottle of product when they can spend a little over $26 and order 10 bottles from Alibaba? You can also find the same products that Stormy sells on Amazon, Walmart.com, and even Temu at a fraction of the cost that Stormy charges, and the probability that you'll actually receive your products greatly increases from these other retailers. I'm all about supporting a Black-owned business, and I love to see Black people win and succeed, but I'm also about spending my money wisely. I wouldn't be surprised to find that Stormy's signature perfume that she is selling at $125 a bottle is something that is also white labeled. I hope that it isn't, but given Stormy's track record, it probably is. Let's move on to the Scotts. I previously told you in my last update video that Black Cigar Lounge was closed down due to health code violations. But please tell me why Marsau Scott is on Instagram getting ignorant with the church that will no longer rent their parking lot out to them. Listen to Marsau in his own words.
It's like, listen, all we want to do is have a dope-ass party. That's all we want to do is have a dope-ass party and truly reminisce on those days. And so last year, I got to be honest, we went through so much bullshit with the city. I was like, look, man, I'm done with it. I'm not doing another one in a black parking lot because it got too big. And that's fair. It got too big. I mean, people parking up and down the street and everything. That hating ass church, Progressive Union Missionary Baptist Church with the lead deacon, I forgot his name. Yeah, there's some hating. There's some haters, you know. I hope God doesn't bless him. I'm just joking. God, do what you want. Do what you want. If you want to bless him, bless him. But look how people are. Anyway, so, you know, they calling the police and roping off their parking lot and stuff. They're just doing all kind of stupid stuff, right? So I was like, you know what? I don't want to be a bad neighbor. So we just said, you know what? We're not gonna do it. Yes, we sold over 12. So this year we partnered with the camp, and oh my God, more room, better stage, better equipment, better hours, better parking. Just everything is falling into place. It's perfect.
There's so much to unpack here. Marsau called the church a hating ASS church and appeared upset that the church had to rope off their parking lot to keep the patrons of Black Cigar Lounge from parking on church grounds. This proves that the church considers him a bad neighbor already. I'm willing to bet that the church learned their lesson after they rented their lot out to the Scotts and ended up having to clean up puke-soaked clothing, among other things, before churchgoers arrived for service, because the Scotts didn't hold up their end of the contract. No one can blame the church for calling the police. I sure don't. Marsau fake joking that he hopes that the lead deacon of the church doesn't receive blessings was disturbing to me. I mean, who says stuff like that out loud and memorializes it on video? I'm sure that the church is thrilled that the Black Nick event will be held at the camp, so that they don't have to deal with the Scotts or Black Cigar Lounge. They are probably saying good riddance to bad rubbish, literally. So much for Tisha and Marsau blaming their prior issues with Black on the mellometers, but thanks for the confession by way of self-snitching Marsau. Now, Maurice Scott made an appearance on Instagram, and I really don't understand what he is talking about, nor am I sure that he even understands what he is saying. Listen for yourself. Maybe you can make it make sense.
Today's one of the best days. Why? I realized, man, today we changed our stars. Scots mean something. We weren't supposed to make it this far. Just like a movie, we changed our stars. So generations from now, they'll look back and they'll say, you know what? Those were the ones. I'm one of them ones.
Thank you, Maurice Luther King Jr., for that prophetic, I changed my star speech. Just make sure that you have a designated driver for the Black Nick event at the camp, because you don't need another DUI. And it looks and sounds like you are under the influence recording that gibberish, in my opinion. Maybe he meant that he changed his path or trajectory. I don't know, and I don't think Maurice knows either. But on to the Fletchers, who have a couple of upcoming events in October and November of this year. The Ferocious Faith Couples event will take place November 1st through the 3rd in Atlanta. Tickets can be purchased from the WeActivateMarriages.com website starting at $225 if you desired to be married, all the way to $499 per couple for a platinum meet and greet. That's if the $399 per couple VIP isn't fancy enough for you. Also, the Fletchers will be at the 7th Annual Fashion and Polo Classic in Atlanta on October 13th. Sorry that you have to choose between this event being put on by Miguel Wilson and the fake freak Nick being put on by the Scotts. I guess that it just depends on whether or not you want to do something classy or not. The choice is yours. But please explain to me why Martell Holt and Sheree Whitfield are pictured on the website as celebrity guests. Shouldn't this be a picture of Chris and Nell Fletcher? Was it an oversight and error? Or will the most famous business arrangement in Huntsville and Atlanta be in attendance? If I find out, I will let you know. But speaking of Martell Holt, please tell me what he is up to. Let me give a special shout out to TeaFromTV for this story that I took notes on. I have the link to her video in the description, and I encourage you all to go watch her coverage on Martell because she has the documents. Here is a summary of things that he's complaining about. Martell got a new attorney and filed a notice of limited appearance on September 25th of 2024. First of all, the documents say Melody Holt. Who is Melody Holt? I know of a Melody Sheree Rogers, whose last name used to be Holt, but she dropped that last name. I remember that she had a name change ceremony and everything. Maybe they have to keep listing her as Holt since that was her last name when all of the custody stuff started. But they can't do an AKA Melody Rogers? Seriously? If someone wants to keep filing motions and notices, it would behoove them to get the plaintiff's name right. But I digress. Martell is claiming so much dumbfuckery in this court document. Sorry, but I said what I said. And I'm not taking it back. He's accusing Mel of corporal punishment of Sugar Mama. He's claiming that Melody doesn't give him first right of refusal to keep the kids and thinks that they should only be with the grandparents once per quarter. I wonder how often the kids stay with Marlene when they are in Martell's care. He accuses Melody of leaving the kids with Jason, a member of Melody's security team. He wants Miss Van's contact information so that he can communicate with his kids. Why doesn't he call the guardian ad litem? He accuses the security guard and Miss Van of teaching two of the children, who are 11 and 12, how to drive on city roads. However, Martell did a live where his kids were riding ATVs by themselves while he was busy trying to convince people that he was a good father. He also claims that Jason, part of the security team, allows the children to refer to him as daddy. He claims that Jason, part of the security team, travels with and spends the night when the children are present. This is true. He's the bodyguard, a bodyguard that Melody wouldn't need if not for Martell's antics and stalking behavior. I'm sure that Melody makes sure that Jason has his own room when traveling. Martell claims that Melody and Jason are in a relationship other than employer-employee, and says that Melody allows Jason to come in the house and stay after the children are asleep. If this is true, which I doubt, how does Martell know this? How would he know if Melody is cuddled up on the couch and Jason is rubbing her feet? How does Martell know what texts Melody and Jason exchange between one another? How would he know that? He's claiming that one of the children saw Melody kissing Jason and it upset them. He's claiming that Melody is providing pictures of the kids to Lauren and Miss Van to post, as if Lauren isn't there with her own phone with the children to take her own pictures and videos. He even claims that Mel doesn't have a primary care physician for the kids. He claims that Melody takes the kids out of town during the school year and 2 of the kids are struggling academically and claims that the kids miss school and sports. Long story short, Martell wants Melody to be found in contempt of court. In my opinion, Martell is Joe Jackson mad that he couldn't go on the trip to California with Melody and company so that he could write a sequel to Plane Ride to Canada. Everything that Martell said in the court documents is an ounce of fact laced with a pound of fiction. He took bits and pieces of what he saw on the TikTok live and fabricated the rest with fanciful flights of fancy. In case you're wondering what a flight of fancy is, it's an impractical and imagined story that just isn't true. In other words, Martell was just Martelling lies. Supposedly, Mel's security guard, Jason, is married, and I don't see Melody fooling around with someone's husband. Let's just play devil's advocate and say that there was something nefarious going on between Melody and Jason. The only way Martell would know is if he had some type of digital surveillance going on inside of Melody's house. And if he does, Martell should be locked up for it, in my opinion. Now, Dr. Shanita Foster has recently done some lives that I don't think she should have done in regards to this court case, and she thinks that people should pray for Martell. Well, I pray that Martell gets the help that he needs, because he is delusional and his delusions are escalating. In my opinion, he's unable to let go of Melody, and this should give everyone pause. His behavior is abnormal, and it is a huge cause for concern. I wonder if Shanita knows whether or not Martell has actually had that psyche eval that he was supposed to get. It's true that kids need both parents, but that only rings true if both parents are operating in a headspace that is healthy for the children to be around. This doesn't appear to ring true for Martell Holt. And he needs to get himself together so that he can be a better person for himself and his children as well. Let me step off of my soapbox, Zodiacs. I said what I meant, and I meant what I said. In my opinion, Martell needs professional help in addition to prayer. Thanks so much to all of you that have subscribed to the channel. If you aren't yet subscribed, now is the perfect time to do so in order to catch my reviews and shorts on Love and Marriage Huntsville episodes and cast members. I will see you on the next video. Until then, take care.